Your Excellency, Governor of Gujarat and Chancellor of Babasaheb Bhimrao Ambedkar Open University, Acharya Shri Devrat ji, Culture Minister from Mauritius, Excellency Mahendra Gondia ji, Minister of Home Affairs of Royal Government of Bhutan, Excellency Mr. Sharing, Minister of Foreign Affairs from Thailand, Shraddhe Govindadev Giri ji, Honorable Ram Madhav ji, my dear friend and former Minister from Government of India, Adaniya Satpal Singh ji, Honorable Vice Chancellor Professor Ami Upadhyay ji, distinguished scholars, seekers, dignitaries, reverend monks and teachers, esteemed guests, ladies and gentlemen from India and abroad, I bow to all of you. It is both an honor and a responsibility to join you at the 9th International Dharma Dhamma Conference in Ahmedabad. The theme before us to discuss karma, reincarnation and transmigration and the avatar doctrine touches the deepest questions of human existence, gives the purpose to the life. I thank deeply from my heart to Bhai Sahib Ram Madhav ji and the organizers for giving me this opportunity to be part of this conference. Dear friends, who we are, what's the meaning of life and death? What binds us together across generations? What guides us in times of darkness? These are the eternal questions about life, existence, and the purpose of our being that have truly distinguished humankind in the long journey of evolution. While other species of the world adapted to survive, it is our unquenchable thirst for inquiry that elevated us beyond mere survival. These questions have not only shaped the contours of human civilization, but also awakened within us the deeper quest for truth, beauty, and transcendence. In seeking their answers, we have created philosophy, science, art, and spirituality, the very pillars of our collective progress. That way, these are not merely intellectual questions, they are the very heartbeat of our civilization. Dear givers and seekers, civilizations do not only live by wealth or power alone, they live by their capacity to ask profound questions and to live by noble answers. In India, the dialogue between Dharma and Dhamma has been such a light. It is not a debate to be settled, but a river that flows across millennia, sometimes quietly underground, sometimes in full flood, always nourishing human imagination. As the Smriti teaches us, Dharmena hina pashubi samana. Dharma विहीन जो व्यक्ति है वो पशु के समान है. Without dharma, human beings are like animals. This is not a condemnation, but a reminder. Dharma is what raises us from instinct to insight, from appetite to aspirations. And the Buddha, in his great compassion, offered dharma as a raft across the ocean of suffering. He said, Appo Deepo Bhave. Be a lamp unto yourself. Thus, Dharma and Dhamma are not chains that bind us, they are the beacon which lights us and guides us. Let us reflect on karma now. It is often misunderstood as fate, but karma is not destiny, it is design. It is the law of moral causation and architecture of responsibility. The Bhagavad Gita declares, Karmanye vadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachan. Your right is to action, not to the fruits. This is not an invitation of indifference. It is an invitation to freedom, to act without greed, without fear, without bondage, and without boundaries. Buddhism, in its profound teaching of Pratitya Sambodpada, shows that nothing arises alone. Every thought, every act, every intention creates ripples that shapes the stream of existence. Thus, karma is not merely about rebirth. It is about this very moment. The way we speak, the way we listen, the way we govern, and even the way we desire and think. Each is karma, each has consequences. In a word, intoxicated by the immediate, quarterly profits, viral trends, disposable relationships, the philosophy of karma stretches our horizon. It teaches us to live not for the next hour, but for the next age. If karma teaches responsibility, reincarnation teaches humility. The Upanishad whispers, Nayam Atma pravachanena labhyo na bedhaya na bahuna shrutena. The self is not attained by speech, nor by intellect, nor by much hearing. Reincarnation reminds us that life is more than one episode, more than one name, more than one form. It tells us that the journey of soul or the stream of causation is vast, mysterious, and interconnected. If we are part of a chain of lives, then cruelty to others is cruelty to ourselves. Violence against nature is violence against our own future. Compassion ceases to be optional, it becomes natural. As the Mahabharata says, Ahimsa Paramo Dharma. Non-violence is the highest dharma. This is not a command, it is recognition of truth, that all life is bound by an invisible thread. But what happens when dharma declines? When human begins forget responsibility, ignore compassion, and indulge in greed and violence? The Indian tradition responds with the doctrine of avatar. Lord Krishna proclaims in Gita, in the 4th Adhyaya and 7th Shloka, Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyathanam dharmasya tadatmanam sajamyaham. Whenever dharma declines and adharma rises, I manifest myself. This doctrine is not merely about divine descent, it is about hope. It tells us that the moral order can never be extinguished. It renews itself through teachers, reformers, saints, or social movements. Whether it was the Buddha, Mahavira, Guru Nanak, Adi Shankaracharya, or Mahatma Gandhi, each was in their own way an embodiment of this timeless principle that truth and compassion reappear when the world most need them. Friends, now I would like to talk a little about ancient wisdom and modern challenges. Today our challenges are new, but the human condition is the same. Climate change threatens the earth, inequality divides humanity, technology unsettled ethics. Yet our ancestors faced their own storms, and they responded with philosophy, not despair, with dialogue, not destruction. Science today speaks of mindfulness, of compassion therapy, of near-death experiences, but these are not new to our civilization. The Tibetan Bardo Thodol mapped the passage of consciousness at death. The Yoga Sutras explored the layers of mind. The Upanishad probed the mystery of who am I. The task before us is not to prove one by other, but to let them converse, wisdom, traditions, and sciences, so that we may understand life and death with deeper humility. The Dharma Dhamma dialogue must not remain in monasteries and universities. It must become a shared civic good. The Rig Veda exhorts, Sam gacchadvam, sam vadadvam, sam vo mananshi janatam. Move together, speak together, let your minds be in sync and united. Let us apply this today. in education, where young minds learn not only skills but the moral imaginations of compassion and responsibility. In cultural diplomacy, where pilgrim circuits, manuscripts, and heritage connect nations more deeply than trade agreements ever can. In research, where monks, scientists, philosophers, and psychologists together explore consciousness, ethics, and well-being. This is how ancient wisdom becomes modern infrastructure. As Union Minister of Culture and Tourism, I see our role as custodians of this heritage. We are digitizing manuscripts to make them available in modern computer-readable languages so that wisdom is never lost to decay and enlightens the generations of the day and future. We are supporting monasteries, libraries, and sanghas so that traditions continue to breathe. We are developing pilgrimage routes, Buddhist circuits, Ramayana circuits, Krishna circuits, so that seekers from across the world can walk the paths of Dharma. We are sharing India's spiritual heritage through global forums, believing that our civilizational gift is not for ourselves alone, but it is for the humanity. Tourism for us is not only about monuments, it's about experiences that touches the soul. To walk at Bodh Gaya, to meditate in Nalanda, to bath at the Ganges, it is to experience Dharma as living reality. Reverend monks, scholars, ladies and gentlemen, ultimately all our deliberations must return to the moral center, that is compassion. As Prime Minister Modi ji has said, the enlightened path of the Buddha highlights the importance of compassion and kindness. Let that be our guiding star. Let karma teach us responsibility. Let reincarnation widen our empathy. Let the avatar doctrine renew our hope. And let Dharma and Dhamma remind us that the highest wisdom is not in conquest, but in compassion. I congratulate the India Foundation, Honorable Ram Madhav ji, Dr. Baba Saheb Open University for convening this gathering. I welcome scholars from across the world, and I wish that our debates be rigorous, your friendship enduring, and collective wisdom fruitful for humanity. We need to have a pledge that the nectar coming out of the deliberations here in this session and in the future reaches to enlighten the people at large. May the light of Dharma and Dhamma guide us towards peace, justice, and harmony. With these words, I thank you all. Namaskar. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Honorable Minister, for your insightful remarks. मैं महामहिम राज्यपाल महोदय श्री आचार्य देवव्रत जी से प्रार्थना करती हूँ कि अपना संदेश दे।
इंडिया फाउंडेशन एवं डॉक्टर बाबा साहेब अम्बेडकर ओपन यूनिवर्सिटी अहमदाबाद के संयुक्त तत्वाधान में आयोजित 9वें अंतर्राष्ट्रीय धर्म सम्मेलन में उपस्थित